Hello, Virgo. It is time for your February 2025 reading. We're going to start off as usual with an oracle card to see what your primary energy or theme is for the month of February. And it says, exquisite expression is always in style. There is a sense of putting your own flair on something, putting your own twist on it. That could have to do with just creative problem solving or some sort of unique solution that only you could have come up with in whatever the circumstances are that we're working with in here. But there is a sense of flexing that part of yourself. Creativity is not just art and paint or sculpting or musical. There can be art within the work that you do. There can be your own flair, your own twist, your own spin on things that makes it unique to you and makes you excel at doing it. So I do some coding for my 9 to 5 job. And I just think of that. There are so many different ways you can write code. It is unique to each and every developer out there. They have their own way of doing things, their own way of laying out the code, their own order a lot of times for how they want to do things. It is unique. It is a signature almost for a developer. If you have multiple developers on a team, they're each still going to have and even if you have a template to work off of, everybody's going to have their own little thing that they do. And that's what this feels like to me, putting your unique stamp on it. Okay, so let's see what your cards are. We have the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, the Devil card, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Pentacles. You have a lot of major arcana cards for just 1 month. So there is some sort of significant movement or change going on. I'm definitely feeling movement. Absolutely with creative expression, probably having to do with some sort of movement or change that's occurring and you want to be prepared for it, or you have a creative way to work with it. There may be temptation to go back to just the same old, or follow the pattern that everybody else has. But there is much to learn within your creativity and how you can solve the problems and take your time doing it. So that's it in a very short thing. That's my initial zippity doo dah interpretation for you. Well, let's get into each card individually and see what we get. The Empress. And again, these 4 cards are all major arcana cards, so I won't repeat that again. But the Empress. This is like the mother of the tarot deck. Very earthy, very Virgo-like, very creative. Because if you think of a mother in the creation of life, she is able to design and curate and nurture anything she wants into being. She designs her life. She designs the world in which she wants to live. She is the creator. And this is you standing in that kind of power, recognizing that you don't have to do things exactly the way everybody else does. When you do things with your own little thing, in your own little way, that little thing you do to it just adds and enriches the results for you. And you enjoy it much more when you're doing it. And it gives you more passion and excitement and more drive to continue to excel at what it is you like to do here. Especially if it's something that you really want to create or you have a longer term goal and you're doing these little steps in between to get to that goal. You are creating this life. You are. Everything comes from within you. You are your own divine power. So let that little generator in you do its thing and follow that inner light that you have that's glowing and saying, do it this way. I know that they say that this is the only way to do it, but you found if you can, adjust the steps a little bit, then this is the right way for you. Or maybe you're literally working on some sort of creative project this month. You have something that you want to put that kind of energy out there. Maybe you have some particular painting, or I feel like it's working with hands and paint in some way. Maybe it's painting a mural on a wall in a room in your home. Maybe it's just selecting different paints and putting in a more artistic twist to your decorations in your home, in your life. Maybe it's your cubicle at work and you want to spice it up a little bit or make it more make it more welcoming so that while you're there and doing the work, you're feeding that creative energy with the art that you're surrounding with yourself within your cube. There we go. We got it out. Nurture that. Embrace that. That is you. Be uniquely you. And then we have this wheel of fortune here. So wheel of fortune, the wheel is always turning. Change is always happening. And in this case, I feel like you know what this change is. You know this change is coming. And this creative aspect here may be your own creative solutioning or problem solving for how to manage this change as it's coming up. I think you're going to discover some things as these changes are going on where you might want to put your own input in there, or you might want to influence the outcome in some way, because you will have the ability to do that as long as you speak to it, as long as you let them know, as long as you find a way to present those ideas. You can influence and make the whole process easier or maybe even quicker for everyone in some way, even if it's something small. You have something to contribute here that could ease the process, ease the change, help everybody adapt a little bit more quickly. So that might be a unique way that you're standing out too, and getting some sort of recognition for how you handle this and for your ability to adapt through change. That's what it is. Your ability to adapt through change is going to stand out and probably be recognized. So if there are any issues that come up, it's for some reason you're already on it because you may have anticipated these things, whereas others may not have. So you're able to address it right away so that it doesn't block anything. And the change, the evolution can continue forward. And then we have the devil here. Now the devil, for some reason, they want me to say the devil is in the details. So maybe you need to pay particular attention to something. If there's any self-doubt going on about something that's just niggling at the back of your mind and you're like, nah, that's always fine. That's always fine. Check it out. Trust yourself here. Trust your instincts is what the word wants. New word, instincts. Your intuition or instincts. Trust yourself here. Double check. If you think something's sus, look into it. Trust yourself here. And you can, and believe in yourself too. You will find a way to work through that, whatever this is here. So this is a card generally indicating temptation, self-defeating things, self-sabotage, things like that, doubts, fears, if I haven't already said that. This is a temporary thing. This is kind of your ego trying to check you from and stop you from making progress. Because the ego is just comfortable where it's at. It knows what's going on. It likes its routine. It likes the usual things. And it will freak out a little bit whenever we have change and growth going on. But you can push past that. So embrace the fear a little bit. Embrace that challenge of overcoming it and finding a creative way to work through it. Don't let it get in your way and don't let it hold you up. You have a lot to bring here to whatever is going on here. So believe in yourself, believe that your input is valuable, and go with that flow. Push past the doubt. And then we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is like a teacher. It could definitely be a religious figure, somebody who is looked at as a leadership figure. Somebody who is sort of, they know the ins and outs. They know the basics. They can tell you how to do something. They can explain their beliefs to you and their belief system to you. But if you are the student, you can learn all of that information, and then it's up to you how you want to use that. The sense I have here with this card for you is that you are the Hierophant. You are the one leading the way. You are the one who can show others how to do this. So what may come out of all of this thing, this experience here, is they having you put together some documentation on your process, on how you came to the conclusions you did, and seeing if there's a way you can help others that might come into the same position after you how to do it. So coming up with some procedures or things like that. Helping lead the way and set the example for others to follow. That's what vibe I'm getting out of this here. You are the example. You are the one who is breaking through. Yeah. Creating efficiencies in a way too. It wants to push through too. So you're the one who is pushing the boundaries of the status quo and helping them recognize that sometimes you do need to change in order to succeed. That feels very, very right. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles here. Now, this could very well be a Virgo card too, in addition, like with the Empress, for me, the vibe I have. Pentacles are an earth element. But the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who has read the book, read the procedures, has been taught by the Hierophant, if you will. But they don't have any experience yet. So they know the theories. They know how things are supposed to work, but they need to gain the experience. They need to figure it out. They need to make sure and double and triple check everything. Now, the Knight of Pentacles in particular is the slowest moving knight in the deck. They're going to take their time. You can't rush them. You can't push them to go faster or to do it a certain way unless once they try that way, it works in a manner that they like. So they're going to do, this is somebody who's going to do things step by step. They're going to do the first step. They're going to assess how that step went. Did they do everything right? How did it turn out? Is it a good way to do it? Maybe, is there something they want to tweak? If they think that there's a better way to do it, they're going to then try it that way. And then they're going to compare those two results just on step one to see which one is the better option. And then they'll proceed to the next step and do the same thing all over again. And then they'll do the whole thing all together and see if there's any steps then that they need to change. So very thorough, very meticulous in how they do things and how they explain things. So this may be you putting together an actual presentation or putting together some sort of documentation on this new way of doing this. But also taking your time to make sure you're explaining it thoroughly through each step and really getting it right. Striving for perfection. I would recommend here that you don't wear yourself out chasing perfection. And once you get stuck, if you're feeling frustrated, ask somebody else, read it off to somebody else, or have somebody else go through what you have so far and do the steps step by step so far. Get their opinion, kind of observe. It gives you a different perspective and can help you determine if it's working as you want it to, or if you need to change something, or maybe you just need to change a word or a little bit of the language. So don't run yourself ragged doing this. Take your time. Go step by step. Work with somebody else if you need to, maybe somebody who has more experience creating this type of documentation or whatever it is that you're working on here. But don't rush yourself. Remember to add your own little creative twist to it. Exquisite expression is always in style. All right, Virgo, that's what I have for you for your February reading. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if this resonated with you or not. And because the YouTube algorithm likes it when we do that. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.